Hang out with us instead. Jack was bored and fed up. Am I the only person in the world who just wants to have a bit of fun on a Saturday afternoon? He thought to himself. He was feeling bad about his fight with Sam, his best friend. They couldn't agree on anything anymore, and now they weren't talking at all. What were we fighting about? Jack couldn't even remember. And Em? He didn't want to see her right now. He didn't feel like another one of her "you have to push yourself" talks, and he was sure he didn't need a girls' day with Em and Madison today. Well, Jack wasn't allowed to go out anyway. He was grounded until next Friday. What a life! But I need to get out of this house. Now, he told himself. My parents are out. Mike too. So why not? He felt a bit bad because they trusted him, but it made him crazy to stay at home all day. So he put on his sneakers and left. Freedom, he shouted. He was already feeling much better. While Jack left the farm on his bike towards town, he thought about how it would help him to be around the right kind of people more often. He needed people who thought like he thought, dreamed the same dreams. When Jack reached the park, he saw them. Chris and Mason, two of the coolest boys in Decorah. They were 2 years older, in 10th grade at high school, part of the in crowd. Everybody either wanted to be around them or actually be them. They've got it all. They are popular, they look great, they go on fantastic trips with their rich families, far away from boring Iowa. Sounds like my kind of people, Jack dreamed to himself. Chris and Mason were sitting there in the park, chilling out and just looking cool and confident. They were laughing about something. About me? Jack hoped not. As he came closer, he felt a bit nervous. But he didn't need to. The boys were friendly. Hey Jack, said Chris, the blonde one. He was the in-crowd's leader. He knows my name, Jack thought. Hey, what's going on? Asked Mason. Jack wasn't sure how to answer. Nothing was going on. That was the problem. We're going down to Buddy's for a shake. Do you want to hang out? Chris asked. Hanging out with the cool guys at the coolest cafe? Everyone at my stupid middle school will be so jealous, he thought. But Jack tried to act cool and not show how excited he really felt. Sure, I have an hour before I need to be somewhere else, he said. When they were all sitting down at Buddy's, Jack started to relax a bit. Chris and Mason were friendly and interested. I can't believe they are interested in me, he thought. Your brother Mike is the guy who is the DJ at lots of high school dances in the region, isn't he? Chris asked. Yeah, that's him, Jack answered. But my taste in music is better. Really, he added, and they all laughed. They talked about movies and video games and found they liked the same things. Soon, Jack was telling them about his problem with Sam and Em. Jack, you need some new friends, Chris said. Your old friends are boring. Hang out with us instead. Back to your brother, Mike. He really is an awesome DJ, Mason said. Yeah, Chris added. He's got some really great mixes. We are planning a big party at my house for next Saturday for cool people. So, Mason added, would you be able to borrow Mike's laptop just for the night? He'll never lend it to me, Jack said. Hey, Mason, maybe you were right. Jack isn't cool enough for us, Chris said. Not cool enough? Before he could stop himself, Jack said, wait, Mike is going to be away next Saturday, an overnight hiking trip around the lakes in Minnesota. Great! You can just borrow his laptop and he'll never know, Mason said. So come to our party with the laptop, but without any of your boring friends or cousins from middle school. Chris said. Well, Jack didn't know what to say. Mason wasn't sure about you, but I think you're okay. I'll give you my cell number. Text me later if it's a yes or no, Chris added. Back home, Jack didn't know what to do. Were his old friends really so boring? Were his new friends really friends at all? And how could he go behind Mike's back like that? Jack had to decide. Finally, he texted Chris these words. See you on Saturday, with the laptop. Jack had an awful week. Mike knew Jack wasn't feeling so great, but he thought it was because of his bad grades. Even if Jack always looked so laid back, Mike knew it worried his little brother. Mike wanted to make Jack feel better and had a nice idea for him. Mike and his friend Todd found a summer camp in the San Francisco Bay Area for next summer. Maybe you could come along, Mike suggested. Jack could take a tour of Stanford University or a big IT company, his dream. What an awesome brother, Jack thought. And all the time, Jack was planning to take Mike's music. He felt bad, but it was too late to change things now. Before he knew it, it was Saturday night and Jack was at Chris's front door. Chris opened the door, smiled, and grabbed the laptop out of Jack's hands. At the party, Mike's music sounded awesome. His brother was a great DJ. Everyone was dancing, but nobody was paying any attention to Jack. And I'm wearing my best outfit, he thought. Chris and Mason were ignoring him too. But suddenly, 3 pretty girls were standing in front of Jack. He smiled at them. Oh, poor baby, have you lost your mommy, little boy? One of them asked, and everybody laughed. Jack felt so stupid. Where's Sam when I really need him? Jack asked himself. He really missed his friend. Then the music suddenly stopped. People started to leave. What a stupid party, some of them said. No music, no party. Let's go, others shouted. Jack then knew that something was very wrong. Hey Jack, Chris shouted. Mason dropped the laptop and now it's dead. So now we don't have any music. Yeah, thanks for nothing, Mason added. Can't your brother afford a better laptop? This one is just trash. They didn't notice that Jack was white with anger, and they didn't care. Jack grabbed his brother's laptop, ran out the door, and rode home as fast as he could. Back in his room, he saw that Chris and Mason were right. The laptop really was dead. It didn't work at all. What would his brother do when he came home? Jack had one night to think about it. And this is going to be one very, very long night. He knew.